Fargo Davies leads 1-0 off a goal by Allie Matter. That's 24:44 to go in the first half of play. And that's all the scoring so far. And immediately, appreciate all your assistance. That one's going to be popped up, and can Oleg get there? She does! She makes a jumping grab just as the ball was about to go over the fence. Here Mabor, a perfect 4 for 4. And a slam dunk from Harney! Braden Keene is the guy in the backfield here. Mitchell's under center. And man in motion coming to the near side. And he'll look to the corner, and he's got Traber down the end zone for the touchdown. And it's 7-6. Skyhawks are on the board. 41-37, 4:25 to go here. The Vikings will work it down low. Another slam dunk and one. How about that? A slam dunk by Gavin Keller, and he got fouled on the two-handed throwdown. 5:07 and counting in the shotgun, looking to pass near side, going for Jamal Spivey, and he got it. A 24-yard touchdown connection from Clemens to Spivey. All right, welcome. We're here in Barnesville High School in Barnesville, Minnesota. Mike Mason with you here on the Minnesota Sports Station, getting ready for the junior varsity game between the Breckenridge Cowgirls, the visiting team on the scoreboard today, and the home team, the Barnesville Trojans. This is game 564. The varsity game will be 565 tonight. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd certainly appreciate that. On our website, you can get team playlists. You can click on it by sport, or if you scroll down, you can, the teams are sorted by state: North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and other. So if you go to Minnesota, it's not too far to get to Barnesville or Breckenridge's playlist. Just look for the B's there. Player profile videos, we do those, $125 a video, and well, it's your awesome opportunity to set yourself up for a college scholarship and show your talents to a college recruiter. So you can also sponsor your team for $75 a home game or $125 per road game. All the games are on demand under the games button on our website. You can, as you can see there, these two games will be available to watch later this evening after the broadcast concludes. And then you can check our upcoming schedule under the games button as well. You can also donate, and that's been a huge reason why we've been able to get this thing off the ground and rolling. North Dakota softball. We'll skip over that and get to our pregame opening tip here. And we're underway. Once again, this is the junior varsity game. Barnesville in the purple, Breckenridge in the visiting white with green numerals. Keep track of points and team fouls. We'll identify the players as they score here in the JV. Stepping up to the free throw line here for the Barnesville Trojans is the sophomore guard, Sydney Rustad. And the first one's up and in. And it's 1-0 Barnesville in the junior varsity game. Second one is going to bounce off the backside, and now we'll have a jump ball. And that possession arrow will favor Breckenridge. So jump ball off the rebound, and triggering the inbounds pass there for Breckenridge is Sophie Larson, number 34.
Go on it. Go to it.
Anna Erickson with the ball right now. Back to Erickson, looking inside. Bounced off a knee, right back to Erickson, right back inside. Shot is up, and it'll bounce off the back of the rim, and Barnesville will come down with the rebound.
Run with them. Stop ball.
And had a wide open player on the outside there, but misfired the pass a little bit there, intended for Anna Stanford. I'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover, Breckenridge ball. 1-0 off a free throw, and that's it so far. And that one will spin around and drop in, and it's 3-0. Give the bucket there to Trinity Gregg. Full court pressure here by the Trojans now. And foul was on Trinity Gregg. 1 team foul per side now. We'll keep track of that for you too. That's easy enough to do.
Set it, Sophie. Set it.
Shot up, no good. Rebound brought down by Sydney Rusted. Work the ball back up court quickly there, trying to find her way through defenders, and she'll get fouled on the way to the hoop. It's Mathea Jablonski, a sophomore guard. And it'll be Jablonski going to the free throw line with their team leading 3-0. Add one more, 4-0. Today's broadcast brought to you by Front Street Nutrition, sponsoring both the junior varsity and the varsity game today. We certainly appreciate their support for making the broadcast possible. Front Street Nutrition, your one-stop shop for nutrition and healthy energy. They're open Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 5. Closed Saturday, Sunday. You can find them at 108 Front Street South in Barnesville. Free throw will bounce around and jump off. Once again, Mathea Jablonski at the free throw line. And the second one will bounce off as well. Loose ball rebound into the corner. Will roll out of bounds and be Breckenridge ball. That pass in bounds is intercepted right away. They'll work the ball over to the far wing, now down to the low block. Pop it back outside for a catch and shoot three-pointer. That was Trinity Gregg, the sophomore, with the triple. Pushes the lead up to 7-0 here for the Barnesville Trojans.
Keep going, Anna. Rip.
Once again, 2 halves in Minnesota basketball, no quarter breaks. After doing 500 games in North Dakota, we have to get used to that still. It's more of a mental reminder for me than it is for you watching, so.
Line 1, Matt.
Up top now is Anna Stanford. Drive into the lane. Ball rolls off the back of the rim. Stanford gets the rebound. Pushes up top now over to the far side into the hands of Rusted. Thought about the 3, didn't pull the trigger. Back inside of the paint to Rusted for the shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Kelsey Sorol. And then a whistle. And now some substitutions for Breckenridge. Coming in are Emma Etzler, number 5. And then number 11 is Riley Lorenz, I believe anyway. I don't have a number 11 on the junior varsity roster. No, I don't think that is Riley Lorenz. She's a starter on varsity. I don't think she'd play JV, so I'm not sure who number 11 is. We'll have to find out. All right, so we just found out it's Grace Nicholson who's number 11 for Breckenridge.
Seal on him.
Got her written in.
Attack.
That's Nicholson with the ball. Drives into the paint, draws some contact, and we'll see who the foul is on. Inbounds pass from the baseline on the near side of the hoop. Goes over to the far side of the paint. Drives into the paint. Tried to put it in off the glass. Couldn't quite get the bounce she needed. And rebound comes down to Barnesville. It remains 7-0 here. And we need to update the team fouls for you. We apologize for that. 3-pointer on its way. Off the back rim. No good. And then a turnover. And then another turnover. I think that will go back to Breckenridge, and it will. 4-3 is the correct foul count for the two teams. So low focal pressure here by the Trojans. Cowgirls will get it up over the timeline. No problem. Nicholson with the ball here on the near wing will dribble up top, in between the circles, back up right in front of the midcourt stripe. Reset the play here as they'll dribble back to the near side. Some nice defense there by the Trojans. I apologize for that little blurb in the video there. We have a brand new receiver, and I think it's simply because it's brand new. When we got the first set of transmitters and receivers about a year or so ago, we had that same problem, and then after about 2 or 3 games, the problem took care of itself. So, receiver just came in the mail yesterday, so that's just in time for this game here. We were here the other day for the boys' game against Battle Lake, and well, we didn't have the receiver yet, so we had a little bit of trouble with the camera there. But I mean, everything was fine, but it was a little bit more difficult because our camera operator had a smaller view screen instead of the 22-inch view screen that we normally have set up for the camera operator. So it makes it a little bit easier to follow the action on the floor when you have a bigger monitor than that little 4-inch one that pops up on the side of the camera there. Breckenridge still looking to get on the board here. And another foul, and that one will count. And they're on the board. Kelsey Sorrell with the bucket, and she'll have a chance to make it a 3-point play here to convert on the free throw. Not this time around. Nice grab on the rebound there by Olivia Sorensen. We'll work it near side, now back up top. Over to the far side, that's Anna Stanford. Ball will go off the back heel, I believe, of Stanford's shoe. And no, it went off a Cowgirl, actually. So Stanford will trigger the inbounds pass from the far side of the basket along the baseline. Looking. Gets it in, or at least in the direction there of Amundsen. It'll go over her head and out of bounds. And Breckenridge ball. Both teams have 5 team fouls now, so both teams are 2 away from the 1-and-1 bonus. Nice little spin move on the dribble there, but couldn't get the bucket to fall. That was Sorrell, I believe, with the opportunity there. 3-pointers up, a little bit off the mark, and saved from going out of bounds on a hustle to the far sideline there. And let's see who poked it last. Looks like Nicholson touched it last on its way out of bounds. Barnesville ball from midcourt. Emma Etzler checking back in. And Destiny Miller, a breather on the bench.
Sit down, Emma Etzler. In the stand, screen coming.
Stanford works it back up top to Rusted. Now they work it over to the far side into Amundsen's hands. A couple passes later, she'll dribble back up top, hand it off to Sorensen. Now back near side for Stanford. Back up to Amundsen now. That's Katie Newell, number 30 there for Barnesville. Loose ball along the baseline. They're going to call a foul there on Sophie Larson. And Larson's on the ground and hasn't gotten, I believe it's Sophie Larson. They're going to go check on her. The Barnesville player kind of stumbled, tripped over her right in the shoulder area there, and they will take her, possibly a bloody nose. Yeah, it looks like it might be a bloody nose. So they'll take her back to the locker room, get that taken care of. Thankfully, it's nothing too serious. Referees over on the far side making sure that there's no blood on the floor or any other fluids of concern. And so they will call foul on her. I'll put Breckenridge at 16 fouls. Pretty sure we'll see her again here in the near future. Nothing to worry about on that one. And from the baseline, Barnesville will trigger the inbounds pass. Barnesville pressuring, and that'll draw another foul and a trip to the free throw line here for the Trojans, who lead 7-2. Barnesville started out on a 7-0 run to start the JV game here, and nobody has scored since the Breckenridge basket. And we'll see if that changes right here, and it does. Sydney Rusted, the sophomore, at the free throw line. Second one doesn't go in. 6-point lead here for the Trojans. Nice drive to the hoop by Kelsey Sorrell. She'll earn a trip to the free throw line on that one to shoot 2. A little strong off the back iron there. Rebound comes down to the Trojans, and they'll bring it back to the other end of the floor. Pass is tipped. Here's an opportunity. All alone, it's Sorrell, and she got stripped from behind. It was poked from behind there by Sydney Rusted out of bounds. It will remain Cowgirl basketball. Shot up, a little too strong. Rebound comes down once again to Rusted. Rusted will advance it up top here. Thought about the 3. That was Sorensen who thought about the 3. Did not pull the trigger. They'll work the ball around the perimeter, back up top. Put it into the hands there of Stanford. She'll dribble into the paint, put the shot up. It looked good coming out of her hand, but a little bit of a sharp angle off the basket there. And now the Cowgirls will set it up for a 3-pointer, and that one's a little bit off the mark, out of bounds. Turnover, Barnesville basketball. Once again, the varsity game coming up. Both the JV and the varsity game brought to you today by Front Street Nutrition, your one-stop shop for nutrition and healthy energy. Find them at 108 Front Street South in Barnesville. Stanford over on the far side with the basketball there. She'll pick up her dribble, pop it bucket back into the hands of Rusted. Rusted will give it to Jablonski, who tried to drive in, and a baseline jumper is up and in out of the hands of Olivia Sorensen, and it's 10-2.
Behind, jump stop.
There's a baseline jumper from Breckenridge. Needed a little bit more on that shot there to get it up into... Ooh, and that's going to be a carry or travel. Tried to control, had a little bit of trouble controlling that pass there, and as a result, when she tried to put the ball to the floor on the dribble there, she kind of carried it with her hand, and that's not allowed.
Go across half if you need to.
Triggering the inbounds pass is Kelsey Sorrell, and she'll get it into her teammate Miller.
Come up, Tori.
Miller up top, bounce pass near side. That's Madison Rabbit Head.
Go up, Tori.
3-pointers on his way, a little bit short, but a rebound underneath and a strong move to the basket. Couldn't quite get it up there, and now a wrestling match for the ball, jump ball, and I believe that possession arrow will favor Breckenridge, and it does.
One. Tori. Right now.
Inbounds pass comes up top. Fakes a shot, dribbles down to the baseline, and will earn a trip to the free throw line. Nice job there by Tori Undum. So Tori Undum will try and put more points on the board here for Breckenridge. Off the back rim, and she'll get one more. So both teams in the 1-on-1 bonus. Every foul will earn a trip to the free throw line for the remainder of this half. 5:50 to go in the first half. Free throw off the mark, rebound Barnesville. We're getting into the hands there of Katie Newell. (10-2), 5:40 to go, first half of play. Far side, that is Jablonski up to Rusted. Rusted now to Newell, or check that, yeah, that is Newell. Down low, that's Olivia Sorensen. Can't get the bucket to go, and the rebound comes down into the hands of Tori Undum. Undum runs into a double team, spins around, gets it over the timeline, then the ball's poked out of her hands from behind by Anna Stanford. Out of bounds, it'll remain Cowgirl basketball. Inbounds pass from the far sideline.
Use it. Roll. Yep, go to work.
Ball was stripped away as she tried to make a move to pass it out to the perimeter, and turnover back to Barnesville. Once again, this is a junior varsity game. Varsity game will follow this one. Both games brought to you by Front Street Nutrition in Barnesville. Rebound comes down to the Cowgirls, and there will be an elbow thrown, and we'll see if that foul goal, which team that foul goes on. They will indeed charge it to the Trojans. It'll be Anna Stanford who gets charged for the elbow. And that will put Destiny Miller at the free throw line. Off the mark, have to make one to get one, and Barnesville will get the rebound. It'll remain 10-2 here. Once again, Barnesville started out with a 7-0 run, then the Cowgirls got their bucket, and now the Trojans are on a 3-0 run so far since the last Breckenridge score.
Sit, Grace, use your feet.
Shot hard off the side of the backboard there. Loose ball rebound. Now that's going to be a foul, and I believe that's going to be charged to Olivia Sorensen.
1-0 purple, come on in.
Yep, that will indeed be Olivia Sorensen. We apologize there for the fans walking in. At the free throw line is Kelsey Sorrell, 5'6" freshman guard. Looks good, but a little bit strong, and we might have a lane violation here, or kind of pointed towards the top of the backboard. Okay, so it was a lane violation on Sorensen, I believe. So Sorrell will get another chance at the free throw. 4:11 to go, first half of play. High arcing, and it's in. That's exactly what you need to make those. It's 10-3, 4:11 to go here, first half of play. Trojans will see if they can respond. Stanford works it up top there for Gregg. Gregg will have it stripped away in the paint. Loose ball comes back to Stanford. Back to Gregg now, and then they'll push into the corner there for Newell. Newell. quickly bring it down the near sideline here and going all the way to the hoop, and then trying to pass it into the baseline there was Destiny Miller.
Offside. Right idea, Anna. Corey. Look for it right now. Yeah. Right now.
So for the remaining 3:43 of the half, the next foul will be double bonus. So Breckenridge will get 2 free throws for the remainder of this first half on every foul. There's a three-pointer. It looks good, and it bounced in and out. But an offensive rebound underneath there, and they try to get the shot, and count it! Kelsey Sorrell cuts the lead in half, 10-5, and she has a chance to trim it to 4 here on the free throw, as Emma Etzler will come in. I'll give Madison Rabbit-Head a breather on the bench. 3:33 to go first half. Can she trim it to 4? Looks good. No, it'll bounce off the rim and rebound Barnesville. They'll get it to Stanford. She'll bring it up over the timeline on the far sideline over to the far wing. Now dribble up top, pass is deflected and comes right into our broadcast booth. It's the one and only time you need a shin guard in basketball. I hit my left shin there. Usually we talk about that in the sport of soccer. 3:13 to go, and a stolen ball at half court there by Sydney Rustad. Rustad, pass over and back. No. Yeah, it would have been had she touched it, but it'll be Breckenridge ball instead. I thought for a moment she had touched it, but that was not the case. So Breckenridge ball. Inbounds pass will be put into the hands there, Kelsey Sorrell. And they will call foul here on Stanford, I believe. Once again, in the gym, they stop keeping track at 10 fouls. We keep it going just because we're curious. And maybe some of you are curious as well. Free throw up, a little bit off the mark, too strong off the back end. Free throw shooter is Destiny Miller. Miller is a 5'3" junior guard. Second free throw a little bit off the mark, and that'll be Breckenridge ball as it was last touched there by Kiana Amundsen. So the baseline inbounds pass will be triggered by Kelsey Sorrell. It's 10-5. Here with just under 3 minutes to go, 2:54. Clock will start ticking, nice pass, but it was poked away in the recovery there on the loose ball by Barnesville. Stanford over on the far side and tried to dribble in, clean strip of the ball. Barnesville will maintain possession. Now Stanford puts it up for 3, count it! 13-5, 2:35 to go here in the first half. And that'll be a travel, I believe. Yep, that is correct. Took an extra step there on the pass. I think she was kind of hesitant between if she wanted to make a shot or make the pass to her teammate who may have had the easier shot, and as a result, she took an extra half step, and that drew the whistle. So once again, Breckenridge in double bonus. So any foul by the Trojans will send Breckenridge to the line to shoot 2. Barnesville still in a 1-on-1 situation for a couple more fouls and probably the rest of the half as we're at 2:04 and counting. Going to the corner, catch and shoot 3 is on the way. That one's a little bit off the mark, but a rebound there, and then the stolen away on the pass attempt. Coming back is Etzler. Etzler will get tangled up there with Trinity Gregg, and it looks like Etzler may have done a little tomahawk chop at the ball there, a little aggressively, but they won't call that one. And that will send Emma Etzler to the free throw line, 13-5. Minute 52 to go on the clock. Broadcast coverage for junior varsity basketball brought to you today by Front Street Nutrition, your one-stop shop for nutrition and healthy energy. You can find them at 108 Front Street South in Barnesville. And if you see Vance Christensen there, tell him Tell him Mike says hi, and also tell him thank you for his support of high school sports here on the Minnesota Sports Station. We certainly appreciate that. Stanford tried to drive to the hoop. Clean block. Now they'll kick it outside, and she stepped on the line. Had the court been about 2 inches wider, she would have been in bounds, but just a bad spot for that particular play, and now Breckenridge will bring it back.
All the way.
Loose ball, and we got a trip to the free throw line here for Sorrell. She'll shoot 2 regardless because it was in the act of shooting, so. There you go. Got it. 13-6. Looks good, and it'll dribble in. 13-8. It's a 5-point game. It's been a low-scoring game, but still a single-digit lead here for the Trojans. They work it down low. Baseline jumper's a little bit short. That'll come into the hands there of Nicholson. Nicholson will get fouled along the near sideline here. Or actually, I guess maybe she was out of bounds and not fouled. Trojan basketball as a result. Pump it outside, 3 on the way. Off the back iron, won't go. And then that ball will squirt out of bounds, and it'll go to Breckenridge. So some full court pressure here by the Trojans, and it'll bounce out of bounds again and stay with the Cowgirls as it went off the foot of Stanford. Got the inbounds pass in. Catch and shoot, long 2, about 18-footer, just a little bit off the mark. Loose ball, offensive rebound, comes out top for a 3 for Sorrell off to the right side of the rim, and rebound comes down into the hands of Sydney Rustad, and Rustad will bring it up over, push the elbow, and get called for the charge. Breckenridge basketball. Put the foul on the wrong side there on screen. It's 12-7 and not 12-8. Take one off. So work the ball over to the far side. Now back up top. Picks up her dribble. Pass was tipped. Cowgirls maintain possession of it. Put it into the hands there of Etzler. Etzler, that's a 3 if she makes it, and a little bit short. At least it looked like a 3 for me. The official's hands didn't go up, but it looked like both feet were outside the line from my vantage point. 20 seconds to go here in the first half. 13-7. 6-point game. I think I said 5 points earlier, and I was wrong. So 7 seconds to go now here, first half of play. Can Breckenridge get one more shot? They can. 13-9, it's a 4-point game, and 2-1, and she will not get the shot off, and that brings us to halftime here in the junior varsity game. 13-9 in favor of the Trojans. We'll be back with the second half in a few minutes here. Once again, broadcast coverage and your halftime show brought to you by Front Street Nutrition, your one-stop shop for nutrition and healthy energy. Find them at 108 Front Street South in Barnesville, open Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 5.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
The Magnitude Sports Media Network is all about bringing your team home when they're on the road and bringing your team to your friends, fans, and family who are on the road. Does your team have a huge road game coming up on the schedule that your fans aren't able to attend? Does your family live in a different part of the country? Consider sponsoring your team. We can show you who's watching the game, the age group, the actual number of viewers, so team up with us to bring your team back to your home television when they're on the road playing. Visit our website, msportsnet.com, or call us at 701-373-1843.
This is Michael Hall, a senior at Kindred High School and the 2018-19 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. While the scoreboard reveals the winner of a high school athletic contest, the real winners are those that display good sportsmanship. We need those people who treat competition as a game and not a war. People who show genuine concern for an injured player and those who accept all decisions of the game officials. Remember to be a good sport and a good citizen when you attend a high school game.
Subscribe to Magnitude Sports on YouTube. Go to youtube.com, search for Magnitude Sports, click on subscribe, click on the bell, and select your alert preference of all, personalized, or none. By selecting all, you'll be notified to every live broadcast and video upload we make. Selecting personalized will notify you only to the games and videos most likely to interest you, and selecting none will help us out by becoming a subscriber but avoid unnecessary mobile and email notifications. Direct link is youtube.com/ndsportschannel/live. Thanks for subscribing to Magnitude Sports on YouTube.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Did you miss any or all of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Over 90% of the games on the Magnitude Sports Media Network are available on demand on our website within a couple hours, so you can watch the game anytime. You can also take advantage of the DVR feature, which puts instant replay instantly into your hands. You can watch a delayed version of this live broadcast, rewatch a big play or score, and then at any time, return to live action simply by clicking live. Now you don't have to miss your son's game-winning goal or your daughter's set-sealing ace serve. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators.
Hi, this is Mike with the Magnitude Sports Media Network. I've done radio and video play-by-play since January 25th, 2016, and it is amazing how many big plays have been missed because the station was still on a commercial break. Our goal is to never miss any of the action, and that's why we have the game video in every advertisement and promo that you see on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. The game will always be the priority, so you'll never miss your son's 80-yard kick return for a touchdown or your daughter's critical three-pointer to take the lead late in the basketball game. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
The game is close. It's a big rivalry. Students jump out of their seats while the cheerleaders lead the chanting. Everyone is on edge. The shot is up and the buzzer sounds. All eyes follow the ball. Will it fall through the net? You can hear the hush of the crowd. With your whistle, you watch if his feet were inside the line or not. The crowd erupts. It's a game winner. Or is it? You make the call. Become an official. Contact your local high school. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association.
North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews, who's moving on to play college softball, and that, well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off-season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel at Magnitude Sports Media Network station.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Since October 17, 2017, the Magnitude Sports Media Network has brought you over 550 games and a grand total of 115,000 plus viewers and listeners who have watched or listened to one of the 105 varsity, JV, or sub-varsity teams that have played in one of the 8 different sports that we have broadcasted from 40 cities and towns, including hockey, baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, soccer, and swimming, with hopes of doing more in the future. Consider a donation or a sponsorship that'll give you advertising dollars every bang for its buck that you can expect. Visit our website for more information, msportsnet.com, or call us at 701-373-1843. Thank you for being loyal viewers and supporters for the past 2 years.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
All right, welcome back. We're getting ready for the second half here, the junior varsity game. Once again, the varsity game will follow this one, scheduled for about a 7:30 p.m. tip-off. We'll go on air with the pregame show at approximately 7:15. With that one, Barnesville will have the ball here. As soon as our camera person is ready to go. Okay, there we go. Once again, Barnesville started with a 7-0 lead. A 7-0 run to start the game before Breckenridge scored their first basket. And then it was 10-2 after that point. Barnesville would get a 3 to make it 13-5, I believe. And then Breckenridge got a couple more baskets after that to bring us to 13-9. Pass over the hands there of, I accidentally have the varsity rosters in front of me. Let's get the GBB ones back. As Madison Rabbit had number 32 for Breckenridge. And those team fouls should be reset to 0 here. There you go. Shot is up. Rebound comes down there to Grace Nicholson. Nicholson will bring it back and along the baseline there. Now they'll work it back up top. I believe that's Sorrell, and Sorrell gets it over to Nicholson. Nicholson's pass inside his tip, back out to Sorrell up top. She'll drive into the paint, and they'll kick it back out near side. Three-pointer on the way, a little bit too strong. Rebound comes down there to the Barnesville Trojans. 12:40 and counting to go here, second half of play, excuse me. Broadcaster coverage brought to you by Front Street Nutrition. Had the Skittles energy tea. Very, very good. Three-pointer on the way, and it's in, out of the hands of Sydney Strand.
You're all right, Rip.
16-9. Sorrell bringing it all the way back near side. Pops it into the hands there of Sophie Larson. Now back up top to Tori Undum. I think that's Larson. No, check that was Rabbit Head, excuse me. Now Undum has it again. Hand it off to Sorrell. She'll take one hop. Dangerously close to travel there. She needs to put the ball to the floor, and she does. Now she'll spin around into the paint, up and in off the glass. Nice job there by Sorrell, and that's 16-11 with 11:50 counting to go here in the second half. Work it up top. That's Emily Smith, number 40. Now in the hands there of, couldn't see who that was. It was Kenzie Skolgan.
Corner. Help the help.
Corner 3 on the way and a little bit off the mark. Loose ball on the floor is picked up by Undum, and then it's stripped away, and then a whistle will come. I believe the foul is going to go on Sydney Strand, and it is. First foul of the second half.
Kelsey, go get it. Kelsey.
Sophie Larson will trigger the inbounds pass to Sorrell. Nichols thought about the three, Nicholson, I should say, and then she drives into the lane, draws some contact. So she'll go to the, well, no free throw line here from this trip. So driving in, but wasn't in the act of shooting. Now Undum is in the act of shooting. Heard the slap, but no call, and that one will rim in and out there. I don't know if you heard the slap, but I did. Bounce pass into the corner. Now they'll work it inside. Three-pointer on the way. That one's a little bit off the mark, and then a whistle after the rebound. We got a push underneath. Foul will be on Undum.
Get out, Kelsey, get out, hand up.
Three-pointer from the corner. That'll roll around, no good. Rebound, though, by the Trojans, and once again, those brand new out-of-the-box receivers giving us a little bit of trouble. And as a result, I'm guessing it was out on Barnesville. Nicholson with a three. Yes, count it! It's a 2-point game all of a sudden with 10:27 to go here in the second half.
Hand up. No baseline.
Trying to drive the baseline there all the way to the hoop. And she had a good angle on that shot, too. It just didn't drop for her. And it was Sydney Strand driving the baseline there for the Trojans. Now she'll trigger the inbounds pass. They'll work it up top. She was open, didn't pull the trigger. Bounce pass inside, nobody there, and they'll be taken away. And here's a chance for Breckenridge to tie or take the lead. They're going to go for the tie. A little bit off the mark, left side of the hoop there. Rebound Barnesville. It was nearly intercepted. Now the three. Can they respond? And an easy rebound and follow-up shot there for Emily Smith. 18-14. Bounce pass inside was tipped out of bounds there by Katie Newell. So Breckenridge will trigger the inbounds pass from the baseline on the near side of the hoop. It'll be Sorrell triggering that inbounds pass. Outside, Nicholson will try for another three. That one's not going to drop, but the rebound comes down to Sorrell. She'll fight, get it across the paint, off and in. That was a nice pass there by Sorrell to Tori Undum for the basket. Wide open near side, three on the way off the front of the rim. She gets her own rebound all along the baseline, draws contact. 9:18 to go here. Both teams with 2 fouls now. And that will send Sydney Strand, the freshman guard, to the free throw line here. Try and make it a 3-point game. She will. 19-16, and if she can make the next one, it'll be a 2-possession game.
Big step, Tori, big step, Kels.
A little strong on that one, but an offensive rebound. Now a battle for the ball underneath. Jump ball possession arrow favors Breckenridge. Down 3 with 9:15 to go in the second half here, or in the game, or if we're tied until overtime, one of those options will apply.
Good, right there, Kelsey. You're fine. Back up a little bit.
Pushing in the corner, now trying to drive the baseline. Gets around defenders and puts it in. Nice job there by Kenzie Scogan, the freshman guard. And now Sorrell will bring it back. Drive into the paint, kick it out, three-pointer on the way. Oh, I thought that one was going in too, but not this time around. Barnesville will get the rebound, bring it back. Lost the dribble, and she kept it in. That was a nice play there. If she wouldn't have gotten rid of the ball when she did, it would have been out of bounds. Now Stanford driving the baseline. Now they'll kick it back out top, and that one will circle around and fall off with a whistle. And the foul is on Barnesville, so. Now we have a timeout on the floor, Breckenridge, so we'll take a timeout as well. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Front Street Nutrition. Find them at 108 Front Street South here in Barnesville. Back in 30 seconds. North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews. Who's moving on to play college softball, and that? Well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel, a Magnitude Sports Media Network station. All right, welcome back. Breckenridge timeout on the floor right now. It's 21-16 Cowgirls. It was 13-9 at halftime. Barnesville has outscored Breckenridge 8-7 so far here in the second half. So Cowgirls will come back out on the floor. Trojans will break their huddle, and they'll come back out on the floor. It'll be Cowgirl basketball here. And triggering that inbounds pass will be Tori Undum. They'll get into Sorrell, and she'll bring it up over on the far sideline. Tried to get her on a double team, but then it was stolen away there by Trinity Gregg. But then as Gregg got possession of the ball, her foot was out of bounds, and they'll give the ball right back to Breckenridge. So Nicholson will trigger the inbounds pass, more than likely into the backcourt here to Sorrell. And that will indeed be the case. Half-court pressure here from the Trojans. Sorrell will bring it over the timeline, nearly lost the dribble, picks it up, hands it off to Nicholson. Nicholson drives in, lost it off her foot. Loose ball picked up by the Trojans. And now down the near sideline, now back into the middle of the court, bringing it over the timeline. There is Kenzie Scogan. Scogan will fire it off. A couple passes later, they'll work it inside. Nice move there, and the basket's up and good. That is Emily Smith with the 2 points. And it's 23-16. Clean stealed and back the other way comes Strand. Near side, thought about the three, instead drives baseline, runs into a double team, tried to pass across the lane, loose ball, end up out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Trojans.
All the way down. All the way down.
Nicholson will get a breather on the bench. It'll be Skyland Colts, if I'm saying that correctly. 5'5" freshman guard checking in for the Cowgirls, wearing jersey number 10.
Outside of Ensler, that cut can't happen. Outside, Maddie.
Nice pass down low, and that one will drop in. Basket credit to Katie Newell, excuse me. I'll get it right eventually. Pressure in the backcourt here, and that one will come out of bounds. And I believe it'll be Barnesville basketball, and it will.
Maddie, you have to stand and help. Silent, get around her.
Working the ball around the perimeter here with 6:57 and counting to go in the second half.
Good.
Trying to work it inside. She'll draw contact. Basket won't count, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. 3 team fouls per side now, as that last foul is going to go on Kelsey Sorrell. It's her 3rd. (25-16), and Kenzie Scogan at the free throw line and misses the first one. Second one's up, and that one will not go. And I believe it's Sorrell with the rebound. Now she will, surprisingly, call a travel there. A loose ball at the timeline. Barnesville will get possession of it. Outside for three. Looks good, and it is good. Sydney Strand, the freshman, with the triple. Now I believe we have a reach-in foul here on Etzler.
Back. You guys talk to your screen. Timeout.
And Breckenridge will call another timeout. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you by Front Street Nutrition, your one-stop shop for nutrition and healthy energy. Open Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 5. Find them at 108 Front Street South in Barnesville. We'll take a timeout and be back in a moment here on the Minnesota Sports Station. Did you miss any or all of this live game broadcast? Not to worry. Over 90% of the games on the Magnitude Sports Media Network are available on demand on our website within a couple hours, so you can watch the game anytime. You can also take advantage of the DVR feature, which puts instant replay instantly into your hands. You can watch a delayed version of this live broadcast, rewatch a big play or score, and then at any time, return to live action simply by clicking live. Now you don't have to miss your son's game-winning goal, your daughter's set stealing ace serve. Thanks for watching the Magnitude Sports Media Network. All right, back to action here. 28-16, Barnesville out of the Breckenridge timeout. Trojans will have the basketball. 6:23 and counting to go in the second half of the junior varsity game. Every time Breckenridge gets close, Barnesville re-extends the lead, and that's going to be a long two, and that's off the front of the rim. She'll get her own rebound. They'll pass it out far side here for Scogan. Scogan will fire it up top into the hands of Newell. Back to Scogan, driving baseline, pass across the paint, ends up over on the far side of the hands of Sydney Strand. Now back up top for Trinity Gregg. Gregg will dribble up high post, back over to Strand. She'll tee it up for three, in and out. Looked good coming out of her hands. Offensive rebound is up and good. I believe it was Gregg with the basket. I couldn't quite catch the jersey number there. That'll be tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Cowgirls. Inbounds pass is immediately stolen away. Pass inside, and no, it will not go in, but an offensive rebound's up and in. Emily Smith with the basket, and it's 32-16. And now the Trojans have doubled up here on the Cowgirls. Not quite as much as foul trouble here in the second half as the two teams got into in the first half. They've been playing a clean game as far as that's concerned. And that one will bounce in. I believe it was Strand on the follow-up basket there, 34-16. Full court pressure against Nicholson will bring it over, and it's poked away, and it'll end up in the hands of Katie Newell. And underneath there, Sydney Strand got her hands on the ball, and I believe she'll go to the free throw line, and she will. $15 foul, 2 away from 1-and-1 bonus there for the Trojans. This one in the act of shooting, so she'll get 2 regardless. First one's up and in. 35-16, 4:41 to go. Clock is stopped. Missed the second one. Rebound pulled down by Skyline Colts, if I'm saying that correctly, and if I'm not, I do apologize for that. Sorrell gets it to Undum. Undum looked at the basket, spun around, flipped it out top. It's Rabbit Head. Sorrell trying to dribble into the paint, and couldn't quite get it to roll on the opposite side of the rim that it did. Down the other way, the basket's up and in by Katie Newell. 37-16. Substitution for Breckenridge at the next break in action here, which will come right now. Emma Etzler will check in as well for the Barnesville Trojans, Olivia Sorensen and Sydney Rustad. That one will be tapped out of bounds. I believe it'll go to Breckenridge, and it will. Sorrell will trigger the inbounds pass from the baseline underneath the hoop. High arching pass is intercepted there by Kenzie Scogan. And Scogan will bring it back. Fake right, go inside, weave her way through defenders and draws contact. I believe the foul is on Undum. We'll find out for sure here. Yep, it sure is. That's the 16 foul now. And she's done. That's her 5th personal. Foul out with 3:48 to go in the game, and that'll put Kenzie Scogan, the freshman, at the free throw line. First one, a little short. Once again, we want to thank Front Street Nutrition, your one-stop shop for nutrition and healthy energy, for providing, for making this broadcast possible. Find them at 108 Front Street South. Second free throw off the back iron. Battle for the ball. I believe we have a jump ball. Possession here will favor Barnesville. 108 Front Street South in Barnesville, just to clarify there. 37-16 is our score with 3:45 to go. It was 13-9 at halftime, and Breckenridge was able to get it within a 2-point game, and then it's been pretty much all Barnesville since then. 39-16, and the full court pressure continues, or probably a 3/4 court pressure is the better way to describe that. Ball roll out of bounds, stopping the clock with 3:28 to go. It's a 23-point lead right now here for the Trojans. Sorrell spinning around, shot is up, won't go. Rebound Barnesville. Sydney Strand. Scogan. Now they push it in the corner there for Rustad. And now they'll work it down low, and the shot's up and in. Olivia Sorensen, the junior, gets the bucket, and it's 41-16. 3:05 and counting to go. Pass is tipped right back into the hands of Sorrell. Nicholson, far side, driving baseline, and a foul. I believe the foul might be on Sydney Strand. I'm not sure. Yep. That's her 2nd personal. So Sorrell will trigger it in, rabbit head, right along the low block here, and it's stolen away by Strand. Strand will push it up court there. That's Scogan to the basket and lays it in.
Timeout.
And a timeout's coming here for Breckenridge.
Full.
And they want a full timeout. So that's a 60-second break. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in a moment here on the Minnesota Sports Station. Once again, your broadcast coverage brought to you today by Front Street Nutrition. Since October 17, 2017, the Magnitude Sports Media Network has brought you over 550 games and a grand total of 115,000 plus viewers and listeners who have watched or listened to one of the 105 varsity, JV, or sub-varsity teams that have played in one of the 8 different sports that we have broadcasted from 40 cities and towns, including hockey, baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, soccer, and swimming, with hopes of doing more in the future. Consider a donation or a sponsorship that'll give you advertising dollars every bang for its buck that you can expect. Visit our website for more information, msportsnet.com, or call us at 701-373-1843. Thank you for being loyal viewers and supporters for the past 2 years. All right, welcome back. 43-16, 2:40 to go here, second half of play. It was 13-9 at halftime. And earlier this half, Breckenridge was able to trim it to 2, and that was at 18-16, but they have not scored in a while, and as you can see on the score there, Barnesville has done plenty of scoring in that same amount of time. Nicholson thought about the 3, then puts the ball to the floor. That's Etzler. Now Sorrell over on the far side will work her way into the paint, lost the dribble, and then tries to get it back. Jump ball, possession arrow favors the Cowgirls. Etzler up top. Nicholson, coach asking her to shoot it, she doesn't. And it'll be stripped away. Put back in the hands of Sydney Strand. She'll bring it, put it into the corner there. Thought about the 3, now they'll work it up top for Scogan. Substitution for Barnesville coming at the next break in action, but the basket will come first. Olivia Sorensen pushes the lead to 45-16. Minute 40 to go here. Nicholson with the basketball. It's poked away. Loose ball, far side. Out of bounds. I believe it'll be Breckenridge basketball. Sorrell will get into the backcourt here, bring it over the timeline. Spin around, put it into the hands there of Colts. Now Nicholson. Back to Colts up top. Far side for Etzer. And she'll put up the long 2. Offensive rebound. Sorrell off the glass, won't roll in. Another offensive rebound. They'll bring it back out, try and reset here, but a lot of pressure from Barnesville. Back down low, Sorrell tips it in. Nice job there, and a nice pass as well for the Cowgirls. It's 45-18 now, and Barnesville with a minute to go. See what they do here in the final minute of this one. They'll work it down low, and a whistle will be called, and they'll stop the clock with 53 seconds to go. Gets around the defender, goes in, a little too strong off the glass. They'll come back out and reset. Near side, catch and shoot 3. That one's a little bit short, and struggle for the rebound, and they'll call a jump ball. Possession arrow, Breckenridge. Well, I thought Breckenridge had the last possession arrow, but maybe they didn't. 45-18, 37 seconds and counting here. Last couple possessions of the game coming up as Sorrell will drive in and stop the clock with 32.0 seconds to go. 32 seconds even. And another foul here on Barnesville. That's the 15th foul, the second half. Once again, coming up with the varsity game. Pre-game for that one at about 7:15. And that shot a little bit off the mark. Nicholson will get the rebound. Driving to the paint, draw another foul. 6 per side now. Sorrell will trigger the inbounds pass. 24 seconds to go, and that one's stolen and then over the out of bounds line, so it'll remain Breckenridge basketball. Loose ball picked up there by Etzler, excuse me. I got it there. Shot is up from Rabbit Head. Won't go. Rebound comes down into the hands of Amundsen. Amundsen will pass it off there for Greg, and Greg will bring it up over the timeline, and that will end it. Final score in the JV game, 45-18 in favor of Barnesville, excuse me. Thanks so much for watching. Once again, your final score 45-18. The preceding was a live production of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Varsity game coming up in about 8 or so minutes. We'll go on with the pregame show at about 7:15 here in about 8 minutes. We will go offline, so just stay on the same website that you're at, and we'll come back online here in about 8 minutes or so here on the Minnesota Sports Station.